In this session, I will be discussing about the methods which we can use to form arcs. If you see the standard definition part, an arc you can form by touching 3 points, the starting point, end point and the middle point. And by different other conditions also you can form arcs by maintaining radius as well. If you go to preprocessor modeling, create lines and arcs, you can find couple of answers. If you go to lines, under this you can get arcs also. So the options will be the modeling, create, lines, arcs. Through 3 key point, by end key points and radius, by center and radius, full circle. So these are 4 different options which you can use for creating an arc. So this is the 3 key points. So you just need to have 3 points and start point, end point and middle point, and you can create the arc. By end key point and radius, if you have 2 points and you need to maintain certain radius from the center, this also can be done. So you need to have 2 existing point and you need to specify the radius. And by center and radius, you need to have the center and the angle that you need to maintain. And in case of full circle, you have to have the center point and you have to define the parameters, that is radius. And you can create also B splines by referring existing key points. So this spline option you can find within the line option under splines category. Spline through locks, local points or key point or segmented spline. So if you see this spline through locations, so you need to define first 2 key point for referring. I am defining this as my first point, you can unpick this, and this as my second point. I'll go for OK. These are my 2 reference point. I am going for the lines spline through local points. This is the starting point and this is the ending point, and these are my referring points. After defining the start and end point, press the center button, then define the corresponding points, and you can form the splines by touching those points. And if you see the definition, I am defining the first point and the end point and pressing the center button and defining the different locks, location points, and go for OK. Then you can see the arcs are formed, which are known as spline through various points. So location 2 point you have to specify, but spline through key points requires all the existing point. So for explaining this, I will clear the session and I will define all the required points. So I am going for the points on working plane and I will be defining all the required points through which I will be defining the spline. So for defining, I am going for spline through key points and I am defining all the key point which I will be using for defining the spline, and this is done. So the difference between this is you need to define 2 end key point first, then all the location points later arbitrarily. But in this particular key point method, you have to have all the points ready so that you can touch it. And segmented spline is nothing but after defining between the points that will be splitted into numbers. Segmented spline you can see between the points that will be with different colors. And with options you can maintain the tangency as well. That means when you are forming or creating the arcs, I am going for plot lines. So this end point can be controlled through a particular point. If this is the point of reference, this point will be tangent towards this, and this point will be tangent maybe through this point. So this tangency can also be controlled by using the with option, spline through locks or key points. For example, I will define the spline through locations. This is the starting point and this is the ending point. I am putting the center button and I am defining all my corresponding point which I need to use. Then once you go for OK, you can have the starting tangent vector xyz and ending tangent vector also. This you have to specify. So if you specify 0 0, this is towards the 0 0 0 and this is also towards the 0 0 0. And if you specify proper vector, that means I need to define a point which is from this point maybe at minus x and plus y, then this point will be your reference for orienting the tangency. So this typical controls you need for critical advanced problem and to capture the intent of the curves, that is the spline. Next we will look into the fillet between two lines. If you have the lines and you can apply the fillet, which is the fundamental principle which you need to find in variety of the problem. So for defining this, I am clearing the session and I will explain you how you can form this particular component, and for that I am defining one line and I will be creating the straight line. So for creating straight line, as you know, you need to have the key points. I will be having the first point at 0 0 location, second point at x 100, third point at x 100 y 50, and fifth point will be at 0 and 50. So 4 points I got. I will be defining the lines 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let us say I will be defining the radius at this corner. So I can directly go to line fillet, select the line number 1, OK, and select the line number 2 and go for OK. And here you can see the fillet radius, and fillet radius I am defining here 15, and if you go for OK, the 15 radius is formed here. Just like that, if you apply at this corner, you can have maybe 25 and that will be formed. So this is the way fundamental principle which you can apply to create the corner radius. And next we will move to the area principle. So if you see the areas, categorically you have 5 different options: arbitrary, rectangle, circle, polygon and area fillet. If you see arbitrary, here you have couple of options like through key point. By existing point you can create just like line areas also. Overlay done area, which you can find existing area and over that you can create. That means you need to have one existing area and over that area you can create also the arbitrary areas by referring points, and through this method you can see this is the end key points and you are forming one area, and this is already existing area, this one, and you are touching only 3 points and this is the overlaid area. So existing area is referred and the existing areas end points, that is the key point or the reference point for forming this type of areas. And by existing lines also you can form the areas. If you have existing lines and you select this line loop, you can create the area also, and also you can skin it by processing the opposite side. I will show this. I will go to plot lines. I will skin this to this. If you go to areas, arbitrary, by skinning, I select this and this. You can see this is skinned and connected and area is formed. Just like that, I will select this and this. These both also are skinned and these are formed. So this is skin. And offset is basically copying the area. I will go to plot areas, so the area will be plotted. I will go to y offset, select the areas, and you define the offset distance maybe 20. So another area will be copied, and you can press Ctrl Alt and right button to rotate and see how they are aligned and placed. So this is basically your offset option. And basic principle of creating the rectangle, if you see the second options, there you will find the rectangle by 2 corners, by center and corner, and by dimensions, which you can directly see inside the window. You can see rectangle by 2 corner. You have to specify the 2 corners. I am going to the front view. You go to by 2 corner, this is the corner 1 and this is the corner 2. You have to specify, and this is formed. First point, second point, this formed. or you can specify here the width and height and the location, and you can also create. And by center and corner is you specify the center point, and with respect to center, both the left and right and top and bottom are aligned in the equidistance. And by dimension, you specify the locations for the first corner, that is x1, y2, and second corner, that is x is already defined, so you are defining y1 and y2, that is the y factor. This is the first corner and this is the second corner. Just like that, you can see the circles also, the solid circle, annular circle is with the center radius, and solid circle with the single radius. And in case of annular circle, you have the outer radii and you have the inner radii. And in case of partial annulus, you have the internal radius, you have the external radius, and you have the patch that is controlled through the angle. So it is very simple. If you go to the circle and partial annulus, you directly have the parameter that what is the radius 1, theta 1. So theta 1 you are starting from 0 and theta 2 at maybe 45. So you are getting the output. You go to file, clear for seeing the conditions of annulus. I am defining by going to partial annulus. The radius 1 is 100 and radius 2 is 150 and starting angle is 0 and ending is 45. If you go for OK, this partial annulus is formed from the 0 by maintaining 100 and 150. So these are the different principles which you use for forming the partial annulus, solid circle, and by endpoints. Endpoints is basically any two endpoints you can define, that is the diameter, and you can form the circles. And this endpoint also can be defined by coordinate system. You can see the x and y for the starting point and x and y for the end point, that is the diameter endpoint. And by dimensions also you can specify outside radius and optional inside radius for forming annulus and starting angle and ending angle. That means this method you can use for creating all type of circles with all the options available. Next we will see how to create polygon in our coming section.